Jalen Green, NBA player for the Rockets, 22 years old. But this is Draya Michelle's boo thing. Young boy, they had an entire kid together. You know, Draya Michelle is an old model, grew up in that hip hop, loving hip hop era. Was before that, you know, Draya Michelle has been around old enough for me to not really know what the hell she does besides being a baddie before that was probably a coined term. Now, I believe her and this young man who's 22 years old, he's an NBA player, just signed a max contract of $100 million. She was up there. Hold on. Draya pregnancy. I believe not too long ago they had a pregnancy announcement. Draya Michelle reveals pregnancy. We are overjoyed. Yeah, this was only May of 2024, so probably sometimes next year. The young boy that we see right here is going to be having a baby with the ultimate Draya Michelle. Now, this kid is worth $100 million. His life is just getting started. Only 22 years old. And he just signed a contract for $100 million. Now, the reason why this is such a big deal is because Draya Michelle is already well in her 30s. She has a kid that's damn near the same age as the guy that she's dating. He got her pregnant. Out of all the women in the world that he could have had, he chose a woman who's really very, very, very experienced. And this is what's drawing a lot of controversy. It's like, yeah, you got $100 million. Who's really winning here? Is it you or is it her? Because she went on Instagram. It was jumping for joy when he posted his contract. Congrats. Term short, money long. Now, here's the thing. When you have women that are a little bit older, you might be able to get tricked out your spot a little bit easier. Now, people are going to try to say, oh, yo, bro, you're being a hater. I'm being very wary that this woman is almost 10 years older than this kid who has been dealing with rich guys probably her whole life. And when you're this young and you could kind of get any girl you want, you probably grew up watching her on the internet, you look up to her, you might not be super conscious about what could happen when everything that's good now gets sour. All right, so she's up there being super excited. And this is back in the day when they asked her about their relationship.
Yeah. I know, I wanted to ask you too. I mean, there's been a lot of negativity surrounding your relationship. I mean, I wanted to know, like, what do you have to say to a lot of people that have anything negative to say about you guys' relationship?
We try to stay off the internet and not really listen to that kind of stuff.
We also don't care.
You also don't care. Okay, so for you, you don't care. Okay. You just try not to listen to it.
Yeah, we block it out and we mind our business.
No, I mean, you look amazing. You look like you guys are practically the same age. So is it shocking to you that people have a problem with the age gap, being that you look amazing?
No, I mean, I don't know what people's problem is. Two adults being in love, no, I don't know why that would rub people the wrong way. It's kind of weird. Love is love at the end of the day.
I know. Do you guys plan to have any more kids, maybe?
Who knows?
Who knows? Okay, all right. What about for you? Do you want any more? Maybe a boy? Who knows? All right.
Now, if you ask me, I think the whole love is love thing is a little bit of a manipulation tactic. I don't think there's really too much way. I mean, she might love him, you know, but I feel like she secured the bag overall. Like, this is her age. She's 39 and he's 22. That's a pretty big age gap if you ask me. You know, so it kind of leaves you to wonder, what are you doing at 40 years old with this 22-year-old boy and having children by him? You understand what I'm saying? So Jalen Green is 22. She's 39. That's a 17-year age gap. And in what world do you want to have a baby with a 22-year-old when you're 40? You understand what I'm saying? So when you go and you get $100 million, you got your baby mama. I don't even think they got married. This is the discrepancy. She chose to become a midlife baby mama from a 22-year-old. I'm gonna say, hold on, let me just make sure, because I know I want to run my shit before I start talking shit about people. Michelle married. I don't see nothing popping up. All right, ain't no ring, ain't nobody. I think this was she was on Basketball Wives, so she probably was a wife. But now you're dating a 22-year-old and you're 40 years old, didn't require marriage, but took a baby. Now, marriage probably would have been a little bit better for him because he probably could have signed a prenup. The baby, So you telling me this lady who was 40 years old is madly in love with a 22-year-old NBA player who just got $100 million contract for 2 years, for 3 years, and he has the option to opt out by year 2. I don't really buy into none of this. I think it's very strange. I don't think it's even genuine. I just don't see what Draya Michelle would want with a 22-year-old boy and what he would even want to do with her. Now, there's probably people who are pulling the whole, well, age is age and love is love. It is scientifically proven the higher the age gap that you have in your relationship, the more likely the relationship is to fail. The more likely the relationship is to fail. And Draya Michelle even has a son the same age as him. Oh, Draya, who is also a mom to a 22-year-old son named Kaneko. Anybody with a rational mind, how can you date someone who is the same age as your child? Do we not find that interesting? Do we not find that interesting? We would have to see how this plays out long term. But if you ask me, I think this is a setup for some bad news later on. Jalen Green is the first NBA player to negotiate a successful 2+1 rookie extension on a 9-figure deal. He became a pioneer at the NBA first as the first NBA G League Ignite signing in 2020. Now lands the most unique rookie extension ever. I mean, the kid came from the G League and now has $100 million deal. Nobody has done that. But we see Draya Michelle is all over this like a fucking vulture. What grown woman in her 40s is getting pregnant by a 22-year-old kid and not even asking for marriage? Y'all don't find that suspicious? You'd rather sign up and have a child with a 22-year-old and won't even ask for a ring? If that doesn't sound like a red flag, then I don't know what else does. There's no other way to look at this. This woman is 40 years old. Didn't even care about being married, but pushed out a whole baby from this kid. Now, mind you, if they had a baby 9 months, he's 22 now, maybe 23. They had to at least be talking for a year. So she probably was already vetting this dude. He was 21 years old. When he was 21? Let's be real. Let's be real. A lot of people like, mind your business. Love is not love. That's something predators say. I'm telling you. Anytime someone says love is love, they're guilty of the accusations. This is how I feel when they say, "Oh, love is love." That is like a it's like a deteriorator. It's like throwing smoke. Oh, love is love. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to throw you off from the idea of using something like love. You should let me love myself and express myself. It's almost like when someone tries to put something onto you that you don't really believe in, but they're throwing smoke at you to make you not have nothing negative to say about it because they're using certain words that you know will be politically incorrect to judge or be harsh on. That's what she's doing. Love is love. I'm telling you, this is borderline manipulation. I don't believe anything that's coming out this lady's mouth, but you let me know your thoughts about that one too. I'm gone.